Hello, everybody. I'm your host, Eric Bird, here at StopStrugglingNow.com. And today we're going to talk about it's another holiday, ladies and gentlemen. Another way for your wealth to be stolen. When you really think about it, what did you do today? And buckle up, ladies and gentlemen. We got a lot to talk about on this SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream because you got to buy assets to stay ahead, assets that pay you. Let's get into it and welcome. Stop Struggling Now gear. Check. And please like, subscribe, and click the bell below so you get the latest updates. Now, let's get to it. All right. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for being here on this holiday. Or is it a holiday? Most people are working, living paycheck to paycheck. A lot of people are working their behinds off. So what do you do today? Let me know what you're doing today. Are you relaxing just from the stress? Or are you relaxing and you went out and barbecued or whatever you do on President's Weekend? Let me know, because this is the topic of the day. Because your wealth is being stolen. Why do you think there's holidays seemingly every month? There's always something. Why? Because they need your dollars. That's right. Your hard-earned dollars are always in play. Whether that is this holiday where you're going to go out and buy some balloons, whether it was the NBA weekend all-star event, that also happened. Now you're spending all kinds of money on debt-related, no assets, and we're going to talk about that and a lot more. But please make sure you smash that like button. That's so the YouTube guys know that you're here, I'm here, we're here. And if you like what I'm talking about over the course of this live stream, please, by all means, subscribe to the channel. And not only subscribe, please click the all notification bell. Why? Because information is given. Information given freely is sometimes dismissed, and therefore the YouTube gods don't like sharing this information because I'm not looking to take your money. Here we are with Yahweh J, the first in the building tonight. Welcome to the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream, and he has that icon next to his name, which means he's a member of the channel. So I thank you so much for that. And he brings his tagline this evening. Hello, SSN Nation. Received notification, saw the trailer, and he smashed that like button. He's done all three, ladies and gentlemen. He's done all four because he's a member of the channel as well. And again, thank you so much for being here. He's another real estate investor. Another investor is in the house. This is the man as well, Yahweh J. Victor Marrero, another investor, but he's a soon-to-be retired investor who will be able to travel around the world because he set himself up by buying assets over the last 20, 30 years, ladies and gentlemen, the right way. He wasn't out here wasting his money away. So keep that in mind. Victor Marrero, welcome to the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream. And he too has that icon next to his name, which I humbly appreciate. And he brings his tagline, hello all, let's do this. And that we do, ladies and gentlemen. Get your pen, pad, and paper together because you never know when somebody might drop some gems in the chat room. We can discuss anything here, ladies and gentlemen. We don't have an agenda. We're having the agenda of helping everyone rise. That's why we don't sell courses here. This is the no guru zone. Why? Because you need to use your hard-earned money to buy assets that pay you over time. Growth of your money while you're sleeping. That's what we're promoting here. 2024, buy assets that pay you. That's exactly what we're doing. Victor Marrero has helped many, many, many people over the years because he's given formulas of success for investing, breakdowns on what he does when he says, I get some of that dividend money. In case you don't know what dividends are, don't worry. We can get into that shortly. But first up, I want to move to this right here. When I started off with holidays, another way your wealth is stolen, I'm just going to illustrate. 65% of America lives paycheck to paycheck. But yet, when Christmas time came, look at this. This ought to be disgusting to a lot of investors. Look at this money that was spent out here. Spending for the 2023 holiday season hit a new record. I thought inflation was hurting people. I thought the cost of living was hurting people. But yet here we are. Nearly 5% to a record high of $222 billion on retail websites and apps. Ladies and gentlemen, notice the last sentence, part of the sentence. 222 billion on retailer websites and apps. This does not even include people going to the store. This is just off of freaking website and apps. Do you realize you could have solved world hunger? I'm just saying. This is incredible. And how much of this is debt related? Well, if 65% is living paycheck to paycheck, that means a whole bunch of people were using credit cards. And those credit cards are going to have 10%, 15, 20, 25, 27, 30% interest on there while people are barely paying their minimum. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, putting yourself in risk. So here we are 2 months later. We already have an MLK holiday in January. Now we have President's holiday in February. March, well, a little breather. It depends on if there's Easter, because you know the invisible Easter bunny stuff has to come. So again, another reason to spend money. April comes, maybe it's Easter that month or not, I don't know. Then we go to May. It appears to be there's a reason for you to depart from your money. We don't want that for you, ladies and gentlemen. We want you to say, hey, I need to start thinking about my future. And it starts now. Joe Nay is in the house. Thank you so much for being here in the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream with that icon next to his name. I appreciate it. And ladies and gentlemen, another investor's in the house. Let's call it what it is. This is where the investors who make money reside. And Joe Nay says, what's good, SSN fam? How is everybody? I'm here. I'm paying attention. Thank you so much. He has that pen, pad, and paper. That's what I love to hear. Who's out there today shopping for those President Day sales or over the weekend or since they started last week? Because, you know, it just gets longer and longer when they promote these deals. Joe Nay says, got the notification. Just smash that like button. That's 3 people. And thank you so much for that. I appreciate it, Joe Nay. And again, another investor is here, ladies and gentlemen. It looks like this is where the investors reside. I love this. Now, let's keep moving into this record, ladies and gentlemen. I hate to admonish people for spending their own hard-earned money, but you can't do both. You can't keep spending, racking up debt, and then think that's going to be fine in the long run. Because it's not. If you think that you're going to buy a house and you think that when you bought your house, you go, hey, I have $2,000 a month payment. I pay about $150 per month for insurance, which is not a thing anymore, pretty much. Then you say, okay, my water, sewer, garbage, and all this stuff. Before you know it, it's $3,000 you're paying per month. If you think that you're going to sit at $3,000 per month, you have a new lesson to learn, because all the variables are going to rise over the next 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, not to mention repair cost. So therefore, you have no idea what's going to happen with your money. All you do know is you better put yourself in position to make more. You're not going to be able to retire any longer and just sit back. Victor Marrero, he's getting to retire real soon. I may have to cut this off because I'm expecting somebody to come over. So if they come, then I'm going to hear the barking stuff in the background. But nonetheless, so please stay with me here, because the bottom line to the story is there is no way to figure out how much you're going to owe later when you are an IOU. And everybody is on an IOU. That is the fallacy that a lot of people do not realize. You are on borrowed time. You are only renting everything you so-called own. All right? That's pretty much it. You think you own a car, you don't. You think you own a house, you don't. Because if you don't pay your registration fee and get insurance on your car, then it's either likely going to get towed if you got pulled over, or you can't drive because of the registration is no good, and it's going to get towed. So even if it's paid free and clear, you still owe money, insurance. So again, you're not escaping. It doesn't work like that. We're in a debt society, not a capitalist society. You're not rewarded for buying things. You're rewarded for buying things that cost you money. And even then, you don't get to go to sleep at night. And this is why you have to prepare yourself for putting your money where it can keep churning for you, regardless of what your disposition is with finance. That is the key right there. A lot of people work. If they get fired or laid off, maybe they get a severance package. But then again, if you don't find a job within the X amount of time, then all those debt vehicles that you're using, there's an IOU. So what do you really own? Even if your house is paid off free and clear, because again, I have a lot of people get excited. You know, the Dave Ramsey guys, pay my house off, spend that $300,000, $400,000, $600,000, pay it off. Well, see, that stuff in Florida, that stuff in California, that stuff in Arizona, that stuff in Texas, all that stuff. You might be sitting there going, my house is free and clear, but at the same time, now you're finding out my insurance costs more, my property taxes cost more, my insurances cost more, my electric bill costs more. Man, I wish I would have used that $500,000 or $400,000 and put it in a vehicle where I can kick back and get $4,000 per month and rising. That would be a lot better than having a debt pile of bricks, right? Repair costs come into play. You're still saying it's lovely, but if you don't have any money churning on the backside, holidays, debt is going to hurt, ladies and gentlemen. This is how they steal your wealth, because you're too busy spending $222 billion as a group online. Just think what would have happened if you just got 5% a year return on $200 billion. 5%. Just another $12 billion. I mean, come on, ladies and gentlemen. And imagine that $12 billion making another 13, 14 billion the following year. That is what is lost. That is what is being stolen from you. Because every time you go out and buy something during this president's holiday, whatever that item is, generally it's worthless, goes down in value, doesn't do anything for return on the investment. So therefore, you're going to go out and spend more without having that money churning for you. All right, George's Charles is in the house. Another superstar investor is here with the icon next to his name, which I appreciate. And welcome to the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream. And he brings his tagline so far this evening. We know when he says, hey, all, we also know what's coming next, because he always smells money in here, ladies and gentlemen. And last month, He provided some lovely smelling stock tip. And a lot of us were like, oh man, I missed out. A stock that went from 400 to over 1,000 in less than 30 days. If you were here, you would have heard, you would have written it down. Some of you were huge winners. Others of us, well, I wasn't. 0.00% because I got in way, way late and it moved up 30, 40 bucks. But by then it was already at around $1,000, $995. Had to put a stop at 1,020 because it hit 140, which probably should have sold in, but didn't. So dropped back down and then it proceeded to go below that into the 800s, just like that. So once again, ladies and gentlemen, you just never know what's going to happen. But we took a little flyer. It's all right. So that was not a dividend stock, just so you know. So dividend stocks, as we always discuss on Monday, is when you get a return on your money. And this is what Charles is talking about, because he always smells money here and everywhere. That's right. You have to be looking for it, ladies and gentlemen. You have to be looking for it. Charles, a nice return. Exactly. He got a nice return. 400. It goes up to 1,000. Come on, ladies and gentlemen. In less than 30 days. That's incredible. 600, 550 return if you were at the 400 level. If you were at the $85, $90 level at like a year ago, then Jesus, you 10 times your money right this past month, this past few days. Crazy. Nobody would ever guess that. So Charles was in here that night telling people SMCI. All right. Obscure SMCI at the time. Now it's big time. All right. Let's see what else we're going to get into, because again, that record should be like, are we serious here? All right. Now let's go to, I'm going to do something else, because total debt for, we'll just use USA because nobody else, apparently Google says, nobody else watches from around the world. So it's all right. USA 2023. Oh, no. The citizens is what I want, not the United States. We're up to, they're calling it 33 trillion, but I don't call it that. I call it way more because we have derivatives. Citizens, USA population. Let's go 2023. All-time record high, by the way. I don't even have to tell you guys. But here it is. Let me give you guys something to get scared about. Let's go with some scary stuff, shall we? Check this out, ladies and gentlemen. This is crazy. This is crazy. Look at this. Look at this. Average consumer household debt in 2023. Total consumer debt is 17.5 trillion. Do you see that? Trillion. Can you believe half of America's debt? That's incredible. 17.5. Unbelievable. Mortgage debt is at 12.2 trillion. Can you guys believe this? This is insane. Average household debt is $104,000, $10,000 per month, $120,000 minimum, which means $150,000, and then after tax $120 or thereabouts. I'm just saying, middle class, the wipeout is almost complete. Because if this is the average debt, then even middle class and upper middle class has been in jeopardy, and you're about to get wiped out even more. Why? Because the things we cannot control, insurance, taxes, health care, is rising. And it's not rising 2%, 3% like the feds like you to believe that they can somehow control, because they don't have to. It's supply and demand. They can charge whatever they want because they know you need it. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. So once again, holidays are here. But what does that really mean? All right. That means it's Mo time. Mo Better is in the house. Another real estate investor is here. Welcome to the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream with the icon next to his name. And he brings his tagline this evening with the dogs barking in the background. What's up, SSN fam? What's up, E? You know it's always time. It's go time. It's takeover. SSN Nation Takeover 2024, trying to put everything together. And oh my, finally finished. Finally finished where I can send something to the fellas just yesterday. It's a holiday. I'm having somebody preview it just to look at it and see if they can understand it. If they can, then it's going to be in the hands of decision makers tomorrow. And I should know sometime by the end of the week if it's go time, if it's SSN Nation Takeover, which Mo's going to be a part of, I'm sure. We are in the building. We are worldwide, ladies and gentlemen. Got the notification and smash that like button. I love to hear that. So please smash the like button on this Monday. I would appreciate it. And Mo says, what's going on in NYC is crazy. Average apartment, $5K, like the Bay Area. Oh my God. $5K for something like 300, 400 square feet, Mo. Jesus Christ. This is crazy. $5K. Well, if you lived in Cali, that's Bay Area prices. My nephew had a freaking 7-8 years ago. He was paying $2,500 for a studio in San Francisco. Crazy. Rent is too damn high, and that's another thing. You are renting your life, whether you rent or whether you have a mortgage. It's all rented because either way, you stop paying either one of them, you're evicted. Simple as that. And if you stop paying your property taxes, then that could be taken away from you, meaning your home, based on taxes due. I mean, this is a cold game out here, ladies and gentlemen. Mo money, Mo bunny, Mo money, better Mo money. George's Charles, this group keeps me afloat. Thank you so much for that, George's Charles, and you're being a part of it, helping people out. It always expands your mind a little bit. What's up, Big G? That is love and the atmosphere here. We try to support each other. And speaking of support, SSN Nation, or shall I say, SSN Lifestyle Music Festival, May 9th through the 12th. Tickets are going to be going on sale. It should be Friday because now I have a little time that I can devote to setting this all up properly. And I'm getting some more artists online. That's right. I can't say for sure because I'm just going to give you guys some previews because you guys have never probably seen this, but we're talking about how about 3 women as a group can sing, can dance, can do a lot, even play traditional violin, little clarinet, saxophone, trombones. Yeah, I won't say anything yet, but hopefully they will be joining us in the music festival in the Dominican Republic. That's right. It's going to be off the charts. And I have one more person that I want to come. It's only my one of my picks myself. I don't know from his booking manager if he's going to be able to make it, but hopefully I'll find out in about 24, 48 hours. So we will see what's going to happen. But I do know it's going to be off the charts. All right, George's Charles says up, bro. And George's Charles says book it. Don't miss it. Exactly. So May 9th through the 12th, the music festival. Then May 13th, 14th, and 15th, all business. So you want to learn how to start a business? We got you. We got the lawyers. They'll be there. They'll talk to you. You want residency? We got you. We got the lawyers. They'll talk to you. You want to buy real estate? We got you. We got lawyers. You can talk to them. No credit check, no qualifying, no barriers to entry. You want to open up a bank account in the DR? We got friends. We got lawyers. You can get it hooked up. We're going to be talking about whatever business opportunities you want. If you want to start a business and get some property and do business with the company, you can do that too. We got you. But all of that can be talked about May 13th, 14th, and 15th, and then come from May 9th through the 12th, where we got music happening. Sean Rayford's coming, Damian Hudson's coming, and I can't announce any others because I don't have them under the contract situation yet, but we will see. And it's going to be some Dominican artists is going to be performing, DJ's going to be there, so it's going to be a nice time. Sponsored by, more than likely, SSN Lifestyle. That's right, you guys. This is going to be awesome. Again, I'm optimistic that I think some things are going to go down for what I want to happen. It's all about the marketing. Exactly, Mo Better. Mo says 3 women artists. Nice. Yes. Yes, 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 yes. But again, 3, okay, Mo, I'm just going to say this. 3 beautiful women that can sing and play instruments. What could go wrong? I'm just saying, you already know there's going to be some attitudes I might have to deal with. So it's going to be very interesting. So I'm going to have to hopefully meet them or talk to them to find out where their mind's at, because I traditionally do not like dealing with beautiful women as a group, because they usually have little high demands, pressure on me. So that's the whole point. George Charles said, focus, Mo. Exactly. Mo's going to be sitting at the penthouse in Los Corrales, El Cordacito area as usual, I'm sure. So, so hopefully, in fact, again, I'm thinking they're probably going to be there, but again, we'll see, because I got to talk to them first. All right. Nice, Eric. Hey, man, and like I said, it's going to be as what's his name said it, Soul Train, Don Cornelius. It's going to be a stone cold gas, right? Yeah, ladies and gentlemen. So again, we're going to make this happen. So I have good preliminary news from the guys. I sent some things out, said, can you guys make sense to this? I just want to get feedback. So we're going to find out. They liked the numbers. They were like, wait, are you serious here? I'm like, you tell me, am I serious? What does it look like? Do you see anything that can't be done? I was like, we're not even stretching. I said, try stretching an extra 10 to 20% on those numbers. They're like, really? I said, oh, yeah, I got more for you. As soon as you guys do interest only for 1 year, now we're going to stretch it even bigger and larger and badder than that. And so we're going to find out, ladies and gentlemen, how this is going to go. I'm focused, G. Mo's always focused. See, Mo's one of those guys that can do focus on like 5 different things at once. That's right. If you missed our event in November, you should have been there, because again, the thumbnail says it all. Go look for a thumbnail, live thumbnail in November, around November 10th or November 8th, somewhere in there. And I believe it'll speak for itself when we're at a little stop and play music bar type place. And then you'll know we went off that evening. It was a blast, ladies and gentlemen. Wish you were there, but you could actually see it. Go into the live stream and check it out. All right. We were talking real estate. We were talking about partying. We were talking about a lot of things. I don't remember what we were talking about, because we were having a hell of a lot of fun for a couple of hours. That's all I know. And we were having fun the whole time. It was takeover early right then and there. Like I said, these guys were there. They see the love that we had. Now, because I went off the rails, according to some people, they're like, oh, no, he might not have the love anymore. Hey, man, I'm Mr. Worldwide. We always have love. That's the problem out here with me. We always got love, because you know what? We treat everybody nice until they ask us over. Right? Until they mess us over a little bit. Even then, I'm still going to have a smile on my face and see you. So we're all good. Now, let's get back into it. Buy assets that pay us. What does those sound like? We talk about it every Monday. It sounds like stocks that give out dividends. It sounds like stocks that you might want to maybe buy a ETF that covers the Dow top 50 stocks, like the S&P 500. Maybe you want to cover the Dow top 30 stocks, which is almost like the S&P as well. It's just basically the top stocks, right? Why the top stocks? Well, a lot of people don't realize those are the largest companies in the world or in the United States. And so those large companies control more than what you think. So when you think of Apple, when you think of Coca-Cola, you're just thinking of Coca-Cola drinks. You're thinking of Apple like an iPhone or something, right? Sorry, ladies and gentlemen, these guys control more than you know. This is why they are worth hundreds of millions of dollars. They just don't have one product in their coffers, not just two, not just three, not just four, not just five. They're controlling industry. They have their footprint in a lot of industries, and they're battling 3 or 4 other people who also have their footprint in all these industries and conglomerate. There you go, the top 30, top 50 on any of these indexes, S&P or Dow, they're the biggest companies in the world. So when they sit there and say, you know what, guys, I think we're just going to raise our prices 10% this year. So when you have a company that makes billions in revenue and you go 10%, just like I was illustrating before with that $222 billion, 5% is like $12 billion. 10% is $22 billion. So if a company makes $10 billion and all they had to do was just raise their prices 10%, they're going to make $11 billion the following year if everything's equal with expenses. But if you're like Walmart, you squeeze the wholesalers. Say, hey, man, if we don't buy from you anymore, then hey, we're out. And they lose hundreds of millions of dollars worth of contract. So that's what we're talking about here. He who has the money makes the rules. This is why this whole time, 5 years plus, I've been sitting here talking about getting assets. Sure, we talk about high risk when we do crypto. Sure, we talk about high risk on a lot of investments, but this is not the time to do high risk any longer, ladies and gentlemen, because now high risk is going to have a cost because you have no control. We have no control over how much anything's going to cost tomorrow. So therefore, I need my money to work while I'm sleeping. You need to have revenues that you can get without you being there. That is number one on your table for 2024. Assets that pay you should be number one on your agenda. Assets that you can buy now that can pay you later still works. Either way, that's what we need here from you, ladies and gentlemen, because otherwise, I've told you this 3 years ago, 4 years ago, 5 years ago. We live in a third world country. You just don't know it yet. But you kind of do, because if you started going to stores lately, shopping, grocery stores, what do you see in a third world country when you go there? You see little packaging for a price. What are you starting to see in this America? You're starting to see they're shrinking the packaging, charging you more. Same thing you see in third world countries. So you think the product costs a little less, so they reduce it, but they've reduced the product 40%, but they still charge you 20% more. Pay attention. This is what's going down. Shrinkflation is real. This is the thing that they've been using for the last 100 years on us. This is why you have to put yourself in position to be like a top 10%er, control your destiny, own the assets that pay you. All right? So keep that in mind. Now, Mo always reminds me when I'm putting together some projects that we got to have some SSN Nation love. And yes, if I get my wish, since you guys are here and there's only a few of us, I'll say one thing. I'm working on a project that's going to be at the beach. All right. I might have mentioned this before, but it's at the beach. And what I'm going to do is I'm specifically going to make 3 levels high oceanfront condos. Just a certain section. They're small. They're only going to be like 820 square feet. But the reason I'm doing that is because I'm going to do something that you can't own it, unfortunately. It's going to be a right to use situation. And so therefore we're talking about 20 weeks. So it's almost like, you guys heard of timeshares, but it's similar, same thing, except, we're changing into a hotel, doing all this crazy stuff. So, but it's going to be on the beach. Of course, I'm going to be staying there because it's a 2-bedroom. I'm making about 800 and some feet, maybe 800. That's it. But hell, we know you got 69 square meter 2 bedrooms. You got 73 square meters 2 bedrooms in Punta Cana. So you guys understand that's only 780, 790, 800 square feet, right? So that's what it's going to be. 2-bedroom, 2.5 baths, be a ocean front, little patio, balcony area, that kind of thing. But that'll be a little cheap. But again, that's not ownership. But I got 1 bedrooms, 2 bedrooms, 3 bedrooms, and no, it's not going to be. In fact, you know what's kind of funny? If these guys let me go my way, there's going to be 3-bedroom units that are $1,800 square feet. Now, the funny part is in a lot of condo projects, those are considered penthouse units, right? Because they're like 1,900, 1,900, 1,700 square feet. I'm going to have 1,800 square feet for a 3-bedroom with balcony wraparound. How sick is that? By the beach, if I get my way. We'll find out. It's going to be awesome. All right, it's going to be awesome. Victor Marrero, that's awesome, Eric. What are you looking at? Is that Macau Beach? Unfortunately, I can't give out that information just yet. All right, I can't give it out just yet, simply because you never know who's watching the show. Because there's some people now that are like, like I always say, trying to make sure they get in the ointment. Well, they ain't getting in the ointment because you're going to need some money to make this happen. And so the only people that can get in the ointment is some developers or something like that who may have millions of dollars. That's about it. Other than that, it eliminates everybody else pretty much. So this will be very, very interesting. Also, don't let it go down, because the next thing that's going to happen, I had discussions. I said, oh, that means there's going to be an SSN lifestyle office in the DR. I said, don't let it happen. I said, I need like 100 G's. We're going to set up an office. And if you guys sign off on all this, there's more than one project, guys. Okay. So that'll be the center of the universe. The center of the universe. Walking distance. Yes, Mo. The first unit that's going to have ocean view. In fact, yeah, ocean view, the first 3-bedroom unit that's going to have ocean view. The beach is going to be 120 feet away. That's it. 120 feet, you in the ocean. Or shall I say, you're in the beach. You'll be in the ocean at probably about 160 feet, 170 feet. You'll get some water washing up. Yeah, that's how close you'll be. Very close. Very close. 2 city blocks that are 50 by 100. You go 2 houses side by side. At about 20 feet, you'll be in the sand. Literally. Now, if you're talking about those 2 bedrooms, oh, there's even closer. You'll be in the sand at 50 feet, 60 feet, something like that. You'll be in the sand. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. On the freaking beach. That's right. So don't let it happen. So far, I haven't got the green light just yet, but I'm very, very optimistic. Very, very optimistic. That would really be nice. Yeah, I'm thinking that too, Mo. It's a power play. It's going to be a power grab. So if these guys sign off on all this stuff I want to do, it's a straight power grab. People are going to be like, what the frick happened? So, and that ain't there. There's more stuff coming too. So again, they got to sign off on about 5 or 6 things. If they sign off on 2 or 3, still good. If they sign off on 1, still good. I just need them to sign off on 1 and it's a wrap at that point. But I'm going for the whole enchilada. It took me, 2 weeks to put this together because we have to have numbers. We have to explain what we're doing. So don't miss it. And the other part is, speaking of assets, putting together SSN lifestyle branding for everything, changing everything up, luxury lifestyle branding. So office has to be there for our products. Hopefully, if we get more than 1 or 2, hopefully I'm get 5. Okay, maybe 6. If I get all 6, that'd be awesome. If I get 5, awesome. 4, awesome. 3, awesome. Either way, have to have an office, right? Because we're going to be promoting our own stuff. Let's just call it what it is. I'm not going to be talking about somebody else's stuff, although I still will, because, you know, you guys, I love you guys, and my projects may not be the best. Maybe somebody else's project is still out there on the radar that people like, so I can't act like I'm the only guy in town. But I will say this, any projects that we do, remember those game rooms that don't show up anymore? We got them. Restaurant, bar, pools, we got it. Pickleball, tennis, whatever else, we got it. Lobby, management on site, we got it. And by the way, keeping management in-house, us. So I'll be taking that 10 to 20% for the management fees for doing the Airbnbs in-house. No problem. That's what we're doing. Got to have revenues coming in. That restaurant up front by the beach club, quote unquote bird's nest. It's going to be branded that way. Because there's going to be one there. There's going to be one on every spot. So that means owner's lounge. That's right. We're going back with owner's lounge. So yeah, everybody can come hang out, but there's only going to be, you better be an owner. You're going to be able to get into the owner's lounge, the pool tables, the bar in the back, the speakeasy area. So you, your family, friends, that's what we're talking about. The old-fashioned way. The old-fashioned way. That's nice. 3-bedroom, 1,800 square feet, wraparound balcony near the beach. Exactly, Mo. Exactly. 125 feet, you're in the water. That would be really, Mo, I know, man. I know. That's why it's going to be crazy. What's the reason for not selling some of the units? Your plans to move there for management purposes? I'm not moving there for management purposes, but somebody else will be moving there for management purposes. No, I'm just joking. I'll hire somebody to play manager under our name, our banner, just like everybody else does. That's what I'm going to be doing. I'm not moving there for that. If I move there, I got something else to tell you about, but remember when I was talking about mansions? All right. So, yeah, well, the mini mansion, so to speak, 3,500 square feet. Is that big enough for you on the island? Yeah, that's where I'll live. Let's just put it that way. That's where my place will be. All right. Just put it that way. If these guys sign off on that, then that's where my place is going to be. Although I am not a big fan of hanging at the beach. So the mansion, well, it won't be on the beach, but it's still going to be inside one of my compounds. That's right. You think I'm not going to live on my compound where I know I got owners clubs, owner lounge. I know I can go shopping right there. I'm going to have a mini mart and someplace to get food and eat, and restaurant up front, bars up front, owners lounge up front. It ain't like everybody from the beach can go hang out owners lounge. You need your card. It's only for owners only. That's where I'm going to be hanging out there. I won't be out front. I can order food right there through the restaurant. It's coming into the owner's lounge. I don't need to go out there. I'm playing pool, playing darts, listening to music, bartenders here, chilling in the play zone. Everybody else, you guys can be out front. And what I mean is I'm not just going to be the only one in the owner's lounge. It's open to all the owners. I'm just saying. But no, all the projects are going to be like that. So we have our own game rooms in all projects, straight up. All right. So if you have children, even you have friends that come over, you got a spot. It's going to be chic, cool, elegant. It's going to be patterned after. It's going to be patterned after Palomar. In fact, I got to show you guys this. This is what's going to happen. It's patterned after this. It's Kempton. I'll show you it, in fact, just so you guys get a little thing why I'm excited if these guys say go it's going to be exciting. It's going to be off the charts. I'll show you the game room that it's going to be patterned after. It's going to be exactly. I said, hey, this is it. These are the guys right here. Let me see if I can find it. Oh, man. Yeah, Palomar. Here we go. Here, let me go see if I can pull this off. Here you go, guys. Just to give you an idea, here it is. It's going to be patterned after their game room. All right. It's not going to be exactly like this, but it's going to be chic, sweet, hot like this. Let me see if they show anything. Let me see if they can. This is it right here, but let's see. Do they show it anywhere? No, they. Oh, wait. Here we go. Pool, restaurant, meetings. Wait, maybe this is it. Because again, you can rent this space out as well, which is actually another way. Okay, that's not what we're talking about. That's the cons. This is in, oh, there it is on the screen. Palomar, Los Angeles. We don't have the game room up here. Let's go see. We have game room anywhere? I don't see it. Let's see. Where's that cheeky game room at? Oh, here we go. Here we go. It's going to be patterned similar to this. So when you come in, you're going to be like, yeah, man. I'll put it this way. This is a Mo Better special. He's going to be like, oh, hell yeah. So this is what it's going to look like, ladies and gentlemen. Similar type of setup. Just so everybody understands, that's what we're doing. This right here. Get it? Similar type setup. Similar setup. Sweet, 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 sweet. Here we go. And yeah, there's a bar in here too. Same thing. So it's pretty sweet. Yeah, this is Palomar. So this is the area. So just so you guys know, the Palomar, that little lounge area, which I can't get the whole thing, but that, in fact, let me do it this way. Palomar, Kempton, game room. Let's see if anybody even brings up something. Let's go. Let's see. Let's see if we can get it. The game room. I was just there. Let's see if we can get it. Let's see if they show it. Okay. Maybe this is different. Nope. Same pictures. Same pictures. So there's, oh, wait, this is a little different. So it might show some more items. But notice they have the drinks. They have the little shuffleboard. They have little games. They have seating areas. It's 1,000 square feet. And the magic bar right here as well. It's 1,000 square feet, just to give you guys an idea. 1,000 square feet does it. Here you go. So chill out zone and everything. So again, this is what we're going to have too, especially the cool properties. So anyhow, I should know by Friday if we're going down, if it's going down. If it's going down, I should know by Friday. My three brothers-in-law are building an apartment complex in Verone. They're in the process of getting all the government permits right now. I believe the project will be close to Larimar. That is sweet, Victor Morel. Well, there's another project up there in Verone that we talked about where it was cheap as hell. I mean, it was so cheap, it was ridiculous, but their contract is also equally ridiculous. But it's further away from Cruise on Land and Larimar. The land is cheap up there. This is true. It's very cheap. But the question I want to know is what happens after you remove the brush and you're on that volcanic rock plateau? That's what I want to know. How easy will it be to build? I don't know, but all I'm saying is it's going to be pretty interesting. All right. Speak to La Bruja to see if they'd be willing to open up another chain there. Hey, Mo Better, that's number one on my list. Hell, any place that I'm putting a restaurant, I want La Bruja. That's what I want. I mean, geez, let's call it what it is. I'll be like, hey, man, whatever you want, I'll set it up for you. I'm like, considering their place in Los Corrales, the interior of their place is not even that big. When you really think about it, their footprint, their outside where the patio is larger than inside. So it's like the perfect footprint for a beach club because they don't have that much space inside. Even if you manage to make it look just like the one there, it doesn't take up that much space in reality, which makes it real cool. So just to give you guys an idea, I don't know, you guys know square footage. The Game Room Beach Club restaurant is 2,500 square feet. So it should be big enough to put in a La Bruja and still give me my game room, the owner's lounge. So, and if that's not good enough, I got 2 buildings, 2 2,500 square foot buildings. So either way, it's going down. All right, Paul Castillo, welcome to the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream. He's here with the icon next to his name, which I appreciate. And he says his tagline, good evening, SSN Nation family. Good evening to you. It's too cold in Florida. Punta Cana is calling me. Hey, Punta Cana is calling a lot of people. Will it be another record for the month of February? I believe so. It's going to be another record. I'm pretty sure of that. Not too many projects, if any, will have an on-site property management office. If you make that happen, it will be a wrap. Exactly, Victor Marrero. Exactly. We going old school. So we have our own lobby. We'll have somebody sitting there, and we'll have an office in the back. So then that way we're conducting business. And yes, we'll take that 20%. Not 25, not 35, not 30. We're going to say 20%. We'll manage it for you. We got the office in the back for it. We got our management team on site. People check in right here. You can come in and talk. If you're an owner, you can make phone calls. Somebody's there. And of course, we're managing it. That's the beauty of it. So we have that residual income coming in for life, ladies and gentlemen. It's a beautiful thing. It really is. That's why I know the guys are going to sit there and go, I want to be partners. I'd be like, nah. Otherwise, we're not going to give you the money. I already know what's potentially going to happen. I'm going to have to combat that, though. I'm going to have to be, look. My vision, but you guys only put in this little bit. That's like kibbles and bits. I structured it a different way. I don't really need anything past what you guys put in. After that, it's all on me and my teams. I know you see the number, but, and we're getting passive income for life. I'm just saying, I can't be sharing this stuff with you after I come up with all this good stuff, right? All right, ladies and gentlemen, keep in mind, it's the holidays. I am out shopping. What am I shopping for? I'm shopping for a huge asset deal. Huge. And you guys want to know something else? Even though I don't know if this is going to happen, I have it on paper. Paper's one thing. Visions is another. Somebody wanting to give their hard-earned millions is another. So we have steps to this, right? But if somebody does say it's a go, I'll just give you guys a number that you're going to be blown away. I did the numbers already, and the numbers look like over 36 months, if things go like they're supposed to, we're talking, can you believe the staggering sum? It's staggering. I warn you. 40 million. 40 million with an upside. What do I mean by upside? I'm using 40 million for the cost of the initial cost of if somebody buys units. I'm not even adding 5%, 10% more. Now, if we start considering 10% more, then we are going to be at 45 million. You heard me. Now, the question starts being, well, wait a minute, Eric. I know you. You've been here for 5 years. What are you talking about? That sounds like you're going to need like $20 million or something. Well, see, ladies and gentlemen, that's the beauty of knowing your freaking business. So you have to study, right? You have to know the nuances. So what I've learned is I need 3 months to 6 months for title transfer, possibly permits. That's on the right title. You guys got to understand, over there, they got different titles. So you got to make sure you have the right title that is transferred to you immediately. So now I'm dealing with transfer to me immediately. But what happens if you have the other title that people in the family just transferred? And that then you don't really know. So you actually have to do a whole title search and title everything to make sure. Well, that takes over a year sometimes. Most times, a year to a year and a half. So here's the thing. Think about what you've done right here. We have some pre-construction guys right here who have bought property. What happened? You put down 10 to 20%. You're making monthly payments. You've seen no dirt move for year one. You saw no dirt move until a year and a half to 2 years later. So here's the thing. If you know that if you have a certain title that you're not going to even get control of this property for over a year, then that means I don't need the money for a year to close it. But in that year, what are we going to do? Just do what everybody else is doing. We are selling units, renderings, showing people, going around to the land, showing people everything, collecting, setting up. When we build, we have money coming in already and on a monthly program. So when the thing says 1.5 years, you can go build now, title transfer, permits done. Okay. See how we do it. So I don't need all the money up front. And actually, if things go well, I won't need any additional money anyhow. That's the beauty of this. Contingency plan says, yeah, I might need another $1.23 million, but that won't be for another 12 months. So in that 12-month time, we have our pre-construction going down, monthly payments happening, people putting down 10, 20%. And then we have builders already set because they're sitting there saying, okay, man, but we have other deals where building can commence damn near in 3 months. And actually I already have a deal in place with the developer builder who actually has a deal with the community that says as soon as they get it in escrow and it's a certain title, they will allow them to start building. So then it's only a matter of having permits. Can you believe this? So we're talking 3 months starting to build. 3 months. And that title should be done in 3 months too. That's how crazy this is. A lot of homework, a lot of stuff, but now we have an end, ladies and gentlemen, and it's about to go rocking and rolling if these guys sign off on this, because if they do, they already know the numbers. They've seen the numbers, and I'm like, I don't really like showing people numbers like that, but I have to, so they can see that this is something bigger than just a project or two. This is more than that. This is revenue for life. Basically, all the children are trust fund kids. That's what we're talking about. So that's the deal. All right. So let's see what happens, ladies and gentlemen. Now, holidays. Another way your wealth is stolen, but can you really have it stolen? You control your own destiny. So buckle up, ladies and gentlemen. Buy those assets that pay you. And those assets, stocks, real estate, commercial property. Commercial property looks like real estate. This is why the BlackRocks, the Vanguards, the real estate investment trusts, all these companies, why they're buying up real estate. A lot of people would say, I don't get it. After what you said, Eric, I don't get why they're buying real estate. Well, see, that's because you're not on their side of the fence. They can charge the tenants any amount of money they want. If the insurance goes up, we just charge $200 extra per person that lives here. If the roof goes off, we just charge people $300 more per month to make up for the difference. It's easy on that side of the coin. So that's why you want to be on the other side of the coin. Not so you can rip people off for rent, but the fact of the matter is, if rent costs, like Mo said, $5,000 in New York, well, what's 5,200? What's 4,800? If that's the going rate? Well, nobody's going to argue that your rent's 4,800, and then the next year they say, hey, you got to pay 5,000 now, and the next year you got to pay 5,200. They're not going to say anything. You're not going to say anything. You're just going to be like, well, I guess I'll deal with it. But in the meantime, 2, 3, 4, 5% is gone, siphoning off your money little by little. So that's why you need assets that pay you. So then you get an extra increase. You're right along with it. What best way to hedge inflation is to be in business, because your business is based on today's money, right? So if I need to charge you for whatever services or items I'm selling, it's in today's money where the price already has increased. So you're expecting to pay today's price. You don't wake up from a 10-year slumber and then all of a sudden show up and be like, oh man, I used to pay 50 cents and now this thing is $5. No, it used to be $4.25. Now it's $5. So you're like, no big deal. But for the company, you do that 1,000 times, that extra 75 cents ends up being a lot of money. So those are the differences that you get when you buy assets that pay you. All right. So we will see. Let's see what happens. Congratulations. You'll be playing in the major leagues. Don't forget about us, the little guys. Wish the best of luck, Victor Morrell, man. That's the way I am. I will never forget about the OCs, ordinary citizens. In fact, like I said, the whole things are always based on how do I get ordinary citizens to be able to be in locations that most people would have to spend an arm and a leg for. That's the best of both worlds. So, for instance, I'll give you something that's very interesting. We're talking about something at the beach. And again, OCs, ordinary citizens, that's what I always think about. That's me. I said, okay, the 3-bedroom, that's going to be pricey because it's 1,800 square feet. The 2-bedroom is actually going to be only like 239,000. That's how crazy this is. And I say only, but it is. It's only. I mean, that's not a lot to be at the beach. Walk to the beach every day. You can live there. All right. That's pretty sick. I think I got it at 239. Let me double check right now. If I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure that's it. Let me go pull this up. Hey, what's happening here? Wait. This is long. Let me see. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. Yeah, actually, it's going to be higher than I have. Well, I won't say anything. No, at the beach, it's going to be 1,300 square feet. And it's going to be $299. So that's about as low as we're going to go. 1,300 square feet, $299 at the beach. And at the same time, what Mo's talking about, if you're in the first building, it's 120 feet to the water, $299. Maybe actually that unit is probably going to be more because you actually have ocean view, direct ocean view from your balcony. So it's probably going to be more than that. But the one that's a little ways back is still going to have ocean view on your balcony. Also, the way the buildings are going to be tilted. So, but those are going to be $299 for 1,300 square feet at the beach. And again, owner's club, amenities, owner's lounge. I mean, and one of the anomalies at the beach is having to sometimes do valet parking only and all that. Nah, you're going to be able to drive up underneath your unit. So that's pretty cool too. If you have a car or vehicle, you can park right by your unit. Pretty sweet. So there's a few other little caveats that I have going on that the guys should love. But yeah, it looks like $299 because it's at the beach. No way around it. And for everybody else, we're talking about even once you go 200 feet down, you can walk to the beach. Okay, I'll give you guys a little more setup because it's awesome. When you walk outside your unit, you're going to have a swim up. I'm going to call it a swim up, but it's not a true swim up. There's going to be a pool area that is going to be like a swim up type pool that's going to be about 10 to 15 feet from the unit, the buildings themselves. And it runs down the whole length, and you can swim all the way to the front for the infinity pool, restaurant, bar, and all that's up there. But you can swim from the front to the back, back to the front, along the swim up area, pool area. It's sick, man. It's sick. It's going to be sick. If these guys sign off on it, it's going to be sick. I can tell you a lot more. So, yeah, back to the come out of retirement, Victor Morero, like you're saying. Don't forget the little guys. Nah, man. Little guys always hang with me, man. Mr. Worldwide. That's what we do. I'm going to live in the joint, probably myself, for this one. Then I got another spot that I can't talk about right now. I can't talk about right now. Let's just put it this way. I think everybody would be very happy because they're going to be in the spots that people are going to be like, are you kidding me? They'll be like, are you kidding me? That's pretty much what's going to happen. Swim up is nice. Well, there'll be rooftop units, penthouses. No. See, there's a little problem at the beach. I don't know if you guys know this, but now I know why the guys got upset with the Moon Palace, allowing them guys to go like 15, 16, whatever floors. Anything at the beach, there's a limit. It says like three levels. So that's what's messed up. It can only be 3 levels high. So Moon Palace, they got away with one from the old regime that was running DR. They got approval, but everybody else is stuck at 3 levels. Now, if I can do 4 levels, which is a gray area, I don't know. I just structured everything on 3 levels. That 1,800 square foot thing would be a true penthouse. Then the price changes, because then I'd put a terrace up top. Then things get real crazy because the pricing will get real crazy. 3-bedroom, 3.5 baths, with a terrace on top. That would be crazy. That's a penthouse unit, right? I mean, think about it. That's what they are at most. Even Larimer's penthouse units are what, 2024 and under. And most places, even Noval, even their penthouse units they're big. They're 2,400 square feet, but those guys charge $600,000, $700,000. I mean, or more. So, but yeah, I mean, if I get that approval where I can put a terrace up top, then prices escalate for that particular unit. So we will see. All right, a tiki bar close to water is a must. Can't wait to see some render. Yeah. First of all, restaurant, bar, and all that's up front. So when you're walking by, you can walk straight up. It's not blocked off. It's open to the public. All right. It's open to the public. You can come eat, drink, and whatever. It's open to the public that way. And you got a full-blown bar up front with a pool up front, with another, like you're saying, not so much a tiki bar, but a swim up is going to be up front, and another little bar area on another section of that pool area. The pool's going to be like, it's going to be like 75 feet long. All right, just to give you an idea, plenty of room. All right, 75 feet long is what the pool's going to be, at least. Might even be 100, because I want the restaurant bar to sit on the pool area too. So you have a deck over that, and that, so it's going to be like 75 to 80. It's going to be around 80, 85 feet, somewhere in that neighborhood. I don't know the exact measurements because I'm telling them what I want. So it all depends on what I can do with easements and things like that. But it's going to be 75, 80 feet long, at least. So it's going to be sick. It's going to be sick. Hello, SSN fam. Curtis Davis is in the house. Welcome to the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream with the icon next to his name. And I appreciate it. He brings his tagline. Hello, SSN family. ABMM. He brought it right back to life. Buy assets, always be making money. That's what we should be doing, ladies and gentlemen. That's what you should be doing. You shouldn't leave it out there. Don't do anything that's going to cause you to get more debt at this juncture. From now on, think I need to get my debt down because I need to buy assets because assets are going to go off the charts. Sooner or later, the Federal Reserve has to decrease their federal funds rate. And when that happens, oh my, those who have assets are going to love life. And Curtis Davis, he loves life. He's out here helping other people just like the SSN Nation mantra because he has his own channel out here in this YouTube street. And it's called Chili Davis with 2 L's, CHILLY Davis. Go show some love. He gives out financial news and updates throughout the day and evening. You just never know when he's going to drop some knowledge to help you make your investment decisions on the spot. CHILLY Davis, and go smash his like buttons on some videos. Make sure you check into subscribing and smash the all notification bell over there. All right. That would be greatly appreciated. All right, Curtis Davis, very nice to see you. And Curtis Davis, it just reminded me because you sent me an email and I did mention something about everybody. And you know, the weird part, I don't know if I can tell how long a person's, I guess I must have to look into some membership. But if you've been a member for longer than a year, then it's t-shirt time. And if you don't have an Emerging Millionaire t-shirt, I need you to hit me up. Let me know what size you wear because you'll have an Emerging Millionaire t-shirt that I need to send you for being a member for all this time. All right. I appreciate that. So Mo Better says, okay, cool. Penthouse on sale for lower than the competition. SSN Lifestyle Penthouse 320. Actually, the 3 bedrooms not even going to be that low at the beach. So I'm just saying, Mo, unfortunately, not going to happen. Not going to happen. Not going to happen. Paul Castillo, I just started watching. What did I miss, Eric? Are you building your own project? Paul Castillo, that's what I'm trying to do. We're talking about, I put together a package. I sent them to the money guys because remember, I tell people a lot of times, you don't really need money or credit. You just have to know people that have the money, right? The financiers, so to speak. So I put together a package. It took me 3 weeks, 2.5, 3 weeks. I finally finished it. I'm having somebody look at it right now just to see if it flows. I need a second eye to see if they understand if it flows right before I submit the final draft, which will be in the next 24 hours if they get back to me tonight or tomorrow. Then it'll be on Wednesday they get it. And then hopefully in a day or two, I would know the answer. But it looks like preliminarily, it looks like if I can show that we're going to basically not really, I mean, we're talking and we're talking, in fact, you guys, I told you 40 million, right? Profit. I'm not talking about revenues. I'm talking about profit. Now, that's after everything's paid, NOI. But what if I told you that we may be talking about 7.6 million? 7.6 million to make 40 plus million profit and have residual money coming in from managing all the projects and getting leasing money for when we rent out the spaces that we have. I mean, that doesn't even include that portion, nor does it include, as you sell out your project, the extra price increases either. So in reality, they don't know what I know. I know I put in plus 10%, but what they really don't know is it's more like plus 20% because usually you're getting chunks. You just don't raise things up $2,000. Usually it's 5 to 10 to 15 in one chunk. So it'll be 10,000 or 5,000, 15,000 chunks. They just don't go up $3,000 or anything. So it could be 20% in reality by the time we get to the finish line as we sell things out. So it's going to be very, very interesting. So we could be talking just base level. It ends up being 40. I'll use lower. It's 40 million. I'll round down. 40 million, 7.6, and I round up to 8 mil. So I went 8.1 mil is my guesstimate, but that's to make 40 mil net. In 36 months. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. All right. I'm just saying. Go up every 4 months, 3%. See, that's it, Mo. See, Mo understands what could potentially happen. I told him plus 10%, but he's right. 3%, 3 months later is already 10%. Never mind, this could be 20% by the end of the year on the second phase. So now you're talking 20 to 30% higher just in a matter of a year for second phase numbers. It starts getting crazy, real crazy, especially when you start talking about 40 million. And then if you said it's an extra half of that, 20 million is going to give you an extra 20%. That's another 4 million, which is out of thin air, what we love, right? That's why you have assets, ladies and gentlemen. It's out of thin air. So that's it. Curtis Davis, I just went over subscribe to your channel, bro. Right on, Mo Better, showing some love, ladies and gentlemen. I love that. Go over there, show some love, just like Mo Better has done. Mo Better always showing support. Eric, we'll discuss further on the WhatsApp group chat. Yeah. I can only give you out so much info, man. That's all I can tell. I mean, I can tell you about every project, but I can't give locations. I can't disclose the whole thing. I can't even disclose sizes or anything like that. But if they sign off and I get deposits shipped over, as soon as that hits and I'm under contract, then we can talk about everything at that point. Everything. But all I'm telling you right now is there's some holy grail stuff that I'd be able to get right now, thanks to a certain individual, which I'll name later. But it could be holy grail stuff. People would be like, what the frick happened? How? He's only buying this stuff at Larimar, this one unit. What's going on? If he could do all this, why is he buying that little spot there? I'm like, because I just like Larimar. I like Panorama Gardens. I like units. So we'll see. I'm optimistic. But as with anything, I've been turned down before from the best. After I laid it out, they said, right. So then I generally have to do it the old-fashioned way, what anybody else would do. Next. Just next. We'll see who else wants to join the party. Somebody's going to say, okay, I get it. And then we're off to the races. All I need is one. I don't really need the 40 million deal. That's all of them. But even one deal, we're talking about $2 million. You know, we're talking about 4 million, 3 million in different deals. So, I mean, any of them makes it where you're now feasible to go do your own project after you do the first. I'm trying to get it all under lockdown so I can do all of them, so nobody can stop me, because once you start buying, then prices go up, right? Just like 5 years ago when we're at Macau and the guy says, oh yeah, they're selling those parcels right there past the all-inclusive spot. I can't remember the name of the place. $15,000. I'm like, where? So I inquire about it, and then the guy calls me after I leave and says, oh, everybody knows what's coming. They want 30,000 now. Yeah, well, those same lots, 30,000 now. People want $1 million. Crazy. So timing is everything. You can only get in the right price once. And so that's why I don't want to just get one property too, because prices are going to keep going up. So if I can lock in prices right now, let's do it. But like I said, I think it's going to be 8.1. And the thing is, those guys, here's the thing. Those guys are going to get, well, this is this is the area I don't really know, but I'm anticipating. I was anticipating 12%, and I haven't even ran this number yet, but I think it might even rise to 13. But I'm going to give you guys an idea. If we do 8.1 and we do 13%, can you believe the interest is only, and the reason I say only is because of the upside, is $1,053,000. Can you believe this? I mean, so the reason I'm saying that if you have I have 6 projects, and we can go on, let me see, I haven't even counted 4. There's 4. We can go on 4 in 3 to 6 months. And a few of them we can go tomorrow. Start moving dirt around, doing whatever. Getting our foundation set in about a month and everything. We can roll. 3 of them we can roll. 4 of them we're going to have to roll 3 months to 6 months. The 4th one. The 5th one and the 6th one, those are going to be a year and a half because they're not the right titles. And then I have another one that I can't really talk about that's pretty major. And I can't really even say anything because of where it's where it sits. So, but anyhow, 8.1 means you only owe interest only at 1 mil. And in 1 year, not only should we have 1 mil, let's get real. If you have 4 projects and you start doing promoting them, you should have $1 million, right? You should have more than $1 million. I mean, seriously. So not only will we have the money to pay them back, but here's the kicker to this whole thing. I told you guys before, they may do a second solid, which I'm not going to be upset about them, even if they tell me 13% or 12%. Why? Because I'm getting the top 10 percenters deal. I told you guys about this before. Can you imagine somebody loaning you 8.1 mil and then telling you, no interest, my man, for 1 year. No payments for 1 year on the interest. Tell me what you would be doing. You'd be like, hell yeah, right? You'd be celebrating. You'd be like, are you kidding me right now? So the 1,053,000 does not even start or due for 1 12-month cycle. So they're getting it. So here's the thing. Not only will the way the numbers work, not only will they get their 1 million before the year's out, I'll even willing to give them even though the interest doesn't even it wouldn't even be due. I'm willing to just do it because these guys are cool, right? The 8 mil, by the end of 12 months, we'll have well more than 8 mil in our coffers from all the projects, with money left over for the builders to already started building. How crazy is that? That's how crazy this is. This is so sick structured that it's ridiculous. And quite frankly, they don't even owe first of all, they don't even owe the first 8 mil. The 8 mil wouldn't even come into play. Like 4 or 5 mil will come into play in the first 3 to 6 months. The other 3 to 4 mil comes into play after 12 months. So in reality, I could have already paid these guys back for half of it. Builders are already building our stuff, doing what we got to do. We're getting it developed. And then on the second half, might even be able to fund it ourselves just to finish up the deal and not even need the full 8. That's how crazy this is. So this is where we're going. That's why I have a special deal, because if they give me the interest only like they're suggesting, because I have a little suggestion on what they may do. They just haven't seen the whole, what the project type setups I'm doing. That's the thing. And they don't know the structure. So again, I haven't sent it officially. They're just hearing through the grapevines. I'm explaining some stuff to some people saying, yeah, this is it. And they're like, yeah, I've already talked to them. And they're like, yeah, we're going to do that. I was like, okay, we'll see. We'll see. A lot of people see things, but they don't see what I see. So we'll see how it works out. So just letting you guys know, it's going to be off the charts if it goes down. All right, Eric, I don't know if it'll be possible to cancel these contracts for people that want out without a penalty if they still are just moving dirt a year from today. Okay. Are you well, whoever you're talking about, all these guys are late. So we'll just stick with, I know you have Cruz and Larimar. Okay, first of all, let's get things in perspective. A year from now, anybody that got in, they are already going to be in almost 2 years, 15 months, 19 months, 24 months. So extending a contract at 6 or getting out at that time is kind of slim. Now, getting out without penalty, there goes another little battle that you're going to have to determine, right? So we'll see. But let's put it this way. They won't be moving dirt next year. Let's just call it what it is. 2024, the guys like Cruz, Larimar, Atlantida, all these guys, they're going to be doing something. They're going to be doing a foundation. They'll be doing something. Moving dirt right now is is not good. Why? Because their delivery dates are in a year and a half. So you should already have foundations down. You should already have all kind of things. We should see lines of sewers and lines of electrical. I mean, we should see a bunch of things already being led to the property. And there's no way you can do these things in 2-3 months. That's the problem. So and if there's any changes with your project, then that means you might have to go back and get permits. You might have to go and get your blueprints changed up. I mean, this is what happened at the beach when they changed up their unit alignments, and people were like, what's taking them so well? They can't build if you got arena buildings, and arena, you sold 4-bedroom, 4.5-bath units. And then because you messed up and sold the arena 4 bedrooms, 4.5s for less than you sold at the beach. Around the man-made beach, they sold the same unit for more. So everybody was like, well, wait, I can just come to the beach and stay in the lagoon and play around here anyhow. So why am I going to buy your place for $295 when I can go over here and buy this one at arena for $195? And that's what people were doing. And you know what they did? They told everybody, I don't know the actual deal they made, but they had people re-sign contracts and they reduced it to a 3-bedroom, 3.5-bath unit and reconfigured it. Because they didn't like competing with that unit they were selling at the beach. And I was like, why'd you do that? The arena's actually across the way. If everybody wants to buy at the arena, why do you care? You're selling units. That's the name of the game. Eventually, the arena units are going to sell out. So, I mean, but they didn't look at it that way. So they had to go back and get permits and do all this. So when people own at the arena at the beach and they're going, what's going on? That's part of the story that a lot of people don't realize. That's what actually happened. They had to go in and see the government for the changes. So that takes you 3 to 6 months. So that's part of the equation. All right. It's sick, but that's how it goes. Aliciana Smith, welcome. Very nice to see you once again to the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream. And she says, good evening. I've been rewinding. Oh my, she's rewinding when we're talking about some confidential information about SSN lifestyle properties about to come out. If I get signed off on, again, it's a big if. Mo Better SSN family, let's all smash the like button. Thank you so much. 12 people watching, 6 likes. Come on, fam. Thank you so much. I love that, Mo. I appreciate the support. What's May data? George's Charles. May data. If you missed, May 9th through the 12th, Music Festival, 13, 14, and 15. I decided because this is going to be a long time, I'm still going to do the 9th through the 15th. We got business. But I decided one ticket for if you come for everything, it's you. If you don't, then there's going to be ticket prices separate. But either way, May 9th, Sean Rayford. I'll just tell you guys, May 9th, Sean Rayford, afternoon. Oh, yeah, at the beach. Okay? May 9th, evening time, Sean Rayford and friends at the beach. All right? May 10th, Sean Rayford, Experience, Damian Hudson, and artists I can't name yet. I don't have them under contract, but if I do, 3 women that play violin, trombone, clarinet, or trumpet. I can't tell, but they sing and dance singly, solo artists, and as a group. So they'll play a few songs for their solo and then as a group as well. And then another solo artist will be coming, should be a name that people know. So we'll see how it all goes down. But I know the girls will probably be coming because I like what they do. It's just that, you know, beautiful women. It's going to be interesting. So that's the data so far, if that's what you're looking for. Then on that Monday, May 13th, 14th, and 15th, George's Charles, you know what's going to happen. We're going around to some projects. And I'm hoping we're going around to SSN lifestyle projects. In fact, I'm hoping, oh, this is going to be awesome. We're going to be playing on the beach in front of SSN lifestyle projects. That's how sick this could be. If these guys sign off, that's what's going to go down. So just saying, we're running the whole show. I'm trying to catch up. Alicia Smith, thank you. You have a lot going on. You're damn right. That's what we do. We got superstars in the building. And like I always said, you've heard of this new phrase, or old phrase rather, I'm him. I've been in retirement, Alicia Smith, for about 5, 6, 7 years, 8 years, whatever the hell. I've been chilling for a while. So finally, the guys got me to come out of retirement. My friends said, hey, we always wanted to do business with you, always wanted to do something with you. I was like, I thought those days were over. But now that I went to the DR and these dudes are acting crazy, I see an opportunity to take over. They're like, seriously? I said, yeah, I'm coming out of retirement. I'm taking over that island. I said, all these guys are sleeping over there. I started explaining to them, well, Eric, if you need solar or water softeners, feel free to hit me up. Okay, Alicia Smith. See, here's the problem with the islands. See, in America, America is not the land of the free. So what do they do when you're trying to protect the solar industry in America? What you do is you try to block the competition. Now, see, on the islands, they get their solar from China. So I'm just saying it's hard to compete. But if you're in the solar biz, but I know George's Charles is in the biz also. So yes, I forgot to mention, in these projects, we're going to have solar. Because let's face facts. Remember what I was saying earlier about how your wealth is stolen? It's stolen when you have electrical bills, and they can raise your electrical bill up per kilowatt hour anytime they want. So one way to combat that, if you have a project, you want to make sure you have solar. So your units or your guest units or owners' units can always be used. And you're damn sure I want to know, yes, I'm going to the owner's lounge. I'm just saying, it better be lit, right? It better be lit. So we got to have solar. And we're going to have solar in my projects too. I already put it in. So just saying, that's a must. It's a must. Those electric bills be sky high in Punta Cana too. Exactly, Mo Better. So that's why I'm saying all the projects are going to have solar. At the beach, solar. Every project's going to have solar. Sitting on all we're going to have them sitting on top of buildings all the way across. And in fact, I think I'm either going to implement them into everybody's unit, or I'm going to figure out a way to run it down so then everybody gets to benefit from the solar panels up top at our cost. So even if you don't get the full 100, at least you get some solar relief. I think that would be very, very special in itself. So anywhere, like when I was telling you guys about the 3-story up front by the beach, if they let me go 4 stories high and I can put a terrace up there, then cool. Panels are going up above that. So I'm having panels on everything, because I want people that buy at our properties, they'll be like, yeah, man, I got the solar included too. And now either if it's not included, I won't say so much it's included, but even if I can't put it in every unit the way I want to, then that way I'll have solar. So then it'll go into a system. So the draws, there'll be a way to draw it out. So either way, people are going to be paying less for electricity at our spots. That's all I'm saying. It's a must. It's a must. Having solar would be a great add. Exactly. All right, here she says it. CEPEM is a ripoff. Okay. All right. Let's see. We will see. So here's the thing. So you're in America, right? And you tell people that have okay, here's what happened with me. 4,000 square foot house. My bill's $400 a month. Let's say it wasn't that actually. I think it was okay, they break it down by years. I think it was 2,800 annually, something like that. So that's how they broke it down. So I was like, okay, 2,800 annually, great. So I want to shut that down. You know what happened in Cali? They say, oh man, you can't have 100% coverage. I'm like, what do you mean? It's solar. It's on my house. What are you talking about? Oh no, we can't do that. But we can do, where you're only going to pay like $50 or $100 or whatever, $50, I think, whatever he said. It's like, what do you mean? Okay, how much do I got to pay for this thing? He starts going like, oh, that's going to be like $25,000, $30,000. I was like, are you smoking crack? He goes, what do you mean? I said, didn't you just say my bill was like $2,800 annually? And by the way, I'm not even home some of the times. I can just shut my stuff down. I said, normally I'm not home, but until I started doing this, I was home a lot more. But I used to not be home a lot. So my bill would even be lower than this. So I was like, that's going to take me 10 years just to break even. And I'm not even breaking even because I have to still pay a little bit because you don't do 100% coverage. So I was like, what good is this? So I'm going to give you 30,000 and then have to pay 40, $50 or more. I said, that's still 500 a year possibly. So it's actually going to take me more than 10 years. Because if I start adding the 500 times 10 years, that's $5,000 more. I'm like, what are we talking about here? I said, do you think I'm going to still have this house in 10 years? That's ridiculous. Most people in America move in under 10 years. I'm one of them. I'm like, what are you talking about here? So anyhow, that was the deal right there, ladies and gentlemen, when it came to Aliciana Smith. Are you in Punta Cana? Eric, I'm in Punta Cana. I live here. Oh, Aliciana Smith, thank you. Now we're talking. If you get solar, you need battery backup for each unit. Exactly, Aliciana Smith. So now you can talk to me. Now we can talk. So here's the thing. There's all kind of apartments that I see in Punta Cana. So now I can learn something from you. I want to know, how come nobody has solar? So you're going to tell me there's a cost involved, right? All these condo units that they're doing, I hardly hear anybody saying they're going to do solar. Why is that? That's what I want to know. Why is that? Because each unit has to have its own meter. They're all outside most of the time, lined up. So that's simple enough. But why isn't there solar panels on all these apartment complexes or condo complexes? I don't see that too often. So when you say a ripoff, let us know what you're talking about out here. So it's easy enough if you have a, let's say, 3,500 square foot house, otherwise known as 330 square meters. All right. Hint, hint. 30. Notice I know the number. 330 square meters house. I don't know how much electricity costs in Punta Cana, but I'm assuming it's probably not going to be $300-400. I'm thinking it's probably going to be $5 or $6, depending on the AC, I would imagine, right? Whether you're going to have an actual central heat and air or central air, or you're going to have the zones. And quite frankly, I'm partial to the zones. I find it very interesting that I can go in the bedroom, cut on the AC. Then when I come out the bedroom, I can turn it off. And then I can go into the living room, cut on the AC. I like that better than having central air, quite frankly. I got to admit. But if you have a 3,500 square foot, 330 square meter place, how much is solar going to cost? Let's hear the number. I know you're going to probably say the usual, 20-some thousand USD. Let me know. And we need the backup battery. That's correct. Got to have it. So if you have anything, you know what? We have a lot to talk about. Yeah, Aliciana Smith, I know. So here's what we're going to do, Aliciana Smith. Do you sell solar in Dominican Republic? Let me know. You know why I'm asking? If you are camera shy, you can come on and talk about this, and all you have to do is do this. You stop your camera from recording, and this is what happens. If you don't want to be on film, or you want to send somebody else up here to talk about it, that's fine. We can do that. Let me know, because I want to know, because ultimately, if this deal goes down, I'm going to have solar at my projects. Straight up, unless it's not feasible. That's the only way. And at this time, I'm thinking it's feasible. But if not, I already have it in the plan. So I just need to know how much it's going to cost to put it in. And so far, I don't see too many people who make projects going for solar. I'll see it on a building. I'll see it over like the security guard house, things like that. But I've never seen where it was a thing on apartments, condos, villas. Yes, I've seen them on villas. But again, apartments, condos, I will check that email and call you. Support@stopstrugglingnow.com, please. Support@stopstrugglingnow.com. So let me know. See, this is it. Depends on usage. I will check that email and call you. Thank you so much. It depends on usage. See, that's what I'm saying. Forget about that. See, this is the thing about solar that kind of gets me all the time. They always go, it depends on your usage. I'm like, I don't really care about that. Just cover everything. And they're like, oh, we can't do that. I'm like, then what? This is where I get my solar. I want solar so bad, but it just never makes sense to me. I'm like, why am I spending all this money not to get 100% complete if possible? That's all I care about. Just give me, I want full coverage on the roof. Well, damn near full coverage. You can't do full. But I mean, give me all the panels that can fit on my roof. That's all I care about. I don't really care after that, which was what the situation was with my house in Cali when they came up and told me 28,000 or 30,000 after that. And I'm just like, but a whole half of my roof is available to put panels on. Sorry, Eric, we can't do this. We can't do that full coverage. We can only go up to X amount of kilowatt, whatever. I'm just like, well, then this is pointless. If I don't have full coverage, then what's the point? In DR, maybe full coverage may not be necessary because they do charge an arm and a leg for electricity. It's an island. So we will see. But I'm curious to find out how much these things cost. Because I did look on YouTube. I do see individual people, and they're still telling me, even for this China stuff, 20,000. But here's what I heard and I saw. The guy says and shows that zero. So that means maybe they don't have the restrictions like we do in California, where they say, oh, we can't cover it 100. So that would be awesome. Here we go. She's saying that, yes, it can be done 100% in Punta Cana. Now you got my attention. Now you have my attention, because that's what I was looking at in the DR. There was a few people I was studying up that had their homes, and they're like, oh, we don't even use our grid because we have enough juice. And they're talking about running their TVs, running their washer, dryers, dishwashers, refrigerator. Because really, what else are you going to use? Your AC unit, right? AC, refrigerator. They have to be on most of the time. Well, refrigerator all the time. So if you can run your refrigerator, AC units, and watch TV, that's basically what you need. And he says it goes over like a 24-hour cycle too, which was crazy. So now when you have overcast days, he was saying it still gets juice, not as fast, but still a little juice. I was like, okay, this is sounding awesome. Now, this guy found is like 2 years ago. So I'm thinking 2 more years, more efficiency. But if this guy, and he had a nice big house with a pool sweep, he says even using the pool sweep, he still has enough juice off grid. So all that stuff he's using off grid, no problem. 24 plus hours. He says, and it juices up some more every morning, juiced up by noon. So he's not using that. Obviously at night, you don't use that much. But in the winter time, like now, it gets darker early, but it's still 80 degrees out. I mean, you could do all kinds of things in islands when it gets, 8, 9 at night, cooler breezes are blowing through and things. So it's not really like you're going to be needing a lot of electricity. But nonetheless, this is good. This is good. This is not like the States. Aliciana Smith, this is good to hear. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Because that was the thing in the States. No, we can't cover you 100. The only thing, though, this guy was asked in his preview. He's not in Punta Cana, though. He was asked, does he get to receive money or give back some of his power to the power grid and receive money? Wherever he was, he said no. It wasn't in Punta Cana. It was in over by Cabarete or something like that. So, but this is good news. I just want to know a price. That's what I want to know. I want to hear something that's reasonable. Like I said, the guy said his was $20-some thousand in the DR. And he showed the system and everything. It was from China. And he loves it. So I got to give, people credit. He's the only one that I found so far, but it was just a test, just a check. I just wanted to see what people were saying. So now I know it's possible. Now it's just based on price. That's what I want to know. But hit me up, support@stopstrugglingnow.com. George's Charles, I believe, has something to do with solar as well. But I think he's in the USA. But I don't know the status of it, so he'll have to tell me about that tomorrow or later on. All right, ladies and gentlemen, once again, it's the holidays. Are you out here shopping, wasting money? Is that what you did? In case you missed this, over Christmas, online only, websites and apps, people spent a record $222 billion. Is that crazy or what? That is crazy, right? So all I'm saying is that record is again, people shows you when people are saying I live paycheck to paycheck, 65% of the population in America, but yet somehow there's a record. That means they're using debt more than likely, right? 5,000, 10,000, 20,000 on your credit cards, and then you have no way to pay it down rapidly. So you're paying that 20%, 15%, 10%, 27, 30%, paying your minimum and thinking you're doing something. Well, no, it's sucking up your wealth because you can't buy assets. You should have been buying assets with that credit. Just saying, yes, you can buy some assets with that credit. So why are you wasting it? You're wasting your bullets. And that just means get to work tomorrow. All right. I don't know. He's got a good shot.
A lot of competition.
The guy can play. But we all showed up to dethrone him this year. But I brought him something. Courtesy of Poker 101A. This is his jersey. And then we're going to auction one off.
Oh,
sweet. So he's got another one.
Great.
All right?
Very
We
nice.
have some heavyweights here.
As long as you can hold your own.
David Devilfish Juliet. You know, I'm here at Phil Ivey might even be here. I mean, we have heavyweights here tonight. So us little guys, we're going to have to do something serious.
Here he is, the man of the hour, Don Cheadle. Last year's tournament winner arriving to defend his title.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, you heard the roof going off, so I had to get into a commercial real fast, right? All right, already sent you a message. Thank you, Aliciana Smith. Let me have any information you can send me off the cuff. If you already know how much systems cost with X amount of kilowatts needed, send it to me. Get me to the promised land fast, all right? Because remember, I'm submitting some information. I actually put solar pack in there at a certain price. So if I think I'm in the ballpark for what I need. But nonetheless, if you can send me anything that gives me an idea on pricing and the structure and the kilowatts, and that would be very, very helpful. And support at, I got it. Okay. I got the WhatsApp. I'll send you a message tomorrow because I know it's already like midnight almost there. Thank you so much for letting me know. I appreciate it. CEPEM does not do that. So if that's the Chinese one, that's the one the guy had. So he admitted that he can't give power back to the grid. So we don't want that one. We want to get power back to the grid. All right. So then that takes off any time we have to use the grid. We'll have a credit from my understanding, right? That's the first thing. And so we got a lot to talk about, and I love that. So once again, please smash the like button, ladies and gentlemen. That'd be greatly appreciated. And Aliciana Smith, it was very, very nice for you to get in here tonight and let us know about this solar situation. Now, we haven't still really started looking, but anything you can give me, I will be in touch tomorrow about that. So we're going to find out how everything's going to go, ladies and gentlemen. Now, let's get back to the business at hand. First of all, it's a holiday in itself today. Stock market is not open. Are you guys making plans for what you're going to use your duffel bag of cash for? Because your financial freedom is fleeting. The people that are 20, 30 years old, they are sitting there resigned to thinking, I will rent for life. Can you imagine that? Rent for life, ladies and gentlemen. That is crazy to think. But then again, what is renting for life anyhow? When you think a mortgage is rent for life, right? If you don't pay that rent, you get it taken. If you rent traditionally and you don't pay, you get evicted. I mean, everything is rented, quite frankly. Property taxes, don't pay them like I started this off with. House can get taken. Don't pay your registration for your car. Car could get impounded, taken. I mean, don't pay your IRS taxes. Stuff can be taken. Everything is rented in reality when you think about it. You're just paying more money because you don't have options when you decide to lock in a 5 year, 6 year, 7 year car loan. Now you're locked. Lose your job or something happens, can't pay it. Right? Traditionally, 65% of Americans wouldn't be able to handle it because 60% of Americans don't have 500 in the bank account. 70% of Americans don't have 1,000 in their bank account. What do you think is going to happen if there's some emergency that arises? Not going to be able to handle it. But if you have assets that pay you passively without you having to work for it, then that helps out. And you could be living paycheck to paycheck, but it always helps if an extra amount of money is coming in, right? So that's what you need to concentrate on for a while, all right? We will talk tomorrow so you can have clarity. Yes, it's late, so good night, y'all. Yep. It would be nice to understand what's going on in Punta Cana or Dominican Republic, period, for the solar situation. So then this way I can plan around it and see if it can happen. Because apparently it can't happen or it's too expensive. I don't know which one, but all these projects, nobody is hardly talking about solar. They're talking about villas that'll do solar. But as far as apartments, I don't hear anybody talking about that. Condo projects, anything. I don't hear anybody talking about that. So it's very interesting. So I'll look forward to our conversation tomorrow. That'd be greatly appreciated. Now, back to the situation at hand. Are you guys paying attention? Did you take the day to look at the stock market? Did you take the day to whatever you're interested in, start a business, buy a business, or did you just chill out? Right? I'm sitting here trying to wrap up one of the biggest deals in the Dominican Republic. And here's the funniest part, because the first thing that comes up is a lot of projects when they're built, they go, do you own the land? Right? This is the funniest part. So again, 3 to 6 months, 3 or 4, I haven't actually added them up, but I think 3 or 4 of them will be in SSN lifestyle name. All right. This is what we're talking about here. This is crazy. So yeah, when somebody says, do you own the land? Yeah. When you pull it up, when your lawyer pulls it up, it'll show SSN lifestyle. That's what's going to show, owns the land. It won't be some arbitrary promissory notes or some other deal that people turned into. None of that. On the other ones, like 2 or 3, I can't remember the exact number, but 2 or 3, I won't be able to say I own the land. All I can say is it's an escrow. That's all we can say. We're not going to go with the I own the land part when I don't own the land, right? If I don't own the land, I'm going to say, hey, man, it's an escrow. We've signed off all these papers. I'll show you the stuff, but I'm not going to sit there and say, yeah, I own the land. I'm just going to tell you, hey, man, it ain't going to be transferred for about a year and a half. So, but we're actually out here selling units because once it transfers, we're going to have it. So it's that simple. We're going to have the agreements in place. So either way, and also just to make things clear, this is SSN Nation. Contracts will say price increase, no, not happening. Also, the second part to the equation, everybody goes, okay, no price increase, but what happens when you're late? Everybody's late. Well, we're not going to wait till delivery date that you want. Like right now, a lot of people have their delivery dates already passed. You're sitting there. No, you're going to have the benefit of going, oh, hey, guys, Eric, we got a problem. We can't finish this. We can't finish this. We can't finish this. Hold on, guys. I need to get this call, but I can't get it right now. Can't get it. Hold on a second. All right. Okay. What's this? Oh, I won't be in town. Damn. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Oh, that's who I wanted. There we go. There we go. All right. All right. I just saw the name. Okay. I was actually asking about this guy for the event May 9th through the 12th. Joe Levy. A lot of people haven't heard of him. Dude can sing. But now they just sent me something where him and Sean are going to be at the McClellan Center March 23rd. I got to turn this off because we got dogs barking. So I'm going to play a commercial real quick. I lost my train of thought because I got happy about that. So check this out. They're going to make that noise.
But it would have been so awesome. I was going to soar right through here like this. And whoops, I'm sorry. Vin Diesel, excuse me. My bad. Big fan though, Mr. Diesel. Excuse me. And then flying, and I'd be flying, and I'd land right. Where do I land?
Oh, come on.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, just got the throwdown. All right, Sean Rayford, Joe Levy. I don't know who Lucky Witherspoon is. March 23rd at the McClellan Center. Evening of sexy, sensual, seductive, and sophisticated music under the stars. Go to Eventbrite, type in Sack Pack in the search engine. Oh, man. There we go. That's what's coming up, ladies and gentlemen. All right. There we go. All right. Things are happening. This is going to be awesome. This is going to be awesome. Okay. We're putting it together, ladies and gentlemen. We're getting it together. May 9th through the 12th, the Music Fest. And then if you hang for the 13th, 14th, and 15th, we going around for some more business opportunities, land, starting a business, doing anything. The lawyers will be at your disposal. They'll be our lawyers. Let's just call it our lawyers. SSN Lifestyle, SSN Nation. In fact, something you guys don't know, which you've heard before, but maybe not realized. SSN Lifestyle, Dominican Republic, SRL. You know where the offices are? It's at one of the lawyers' offices, like a shared office. So if I ever have a meeting, need to sign papers, guess where the office is? Punta Cana Village. That's right. How sweet is that, right? It's pretty cool. So that's where we are. So anyhow, I lost my train of thought that we were talking about, unfortunately, because I got a call from Jay, and I was like, oh man, I've been wanting to hit him up because I was just talking with him, trying to figure out what I'm trying to do. So we'll see what's happening. But anyhow, we're going to have to wrap this up, ladies and gentlemen. If there's anything else you want to talk about, please do so now. I know this is short, but not really. But make sure you smash the like button on the way out. If there's anything else you want to talk about, please do so now, because we need fundamentals. You need the stocks. You need the real estate. You need the business ownership, because you need the passive income, and you need to keep investing in assets, even if they go down. Don't stop because they go down. Just call it dollar cost averaging. You're reducing your costs. Remember when I was talking about TSLY? And I was in it at like 11 something. But then it dropped to 9, like 10. I said, oh, I got to buy some more. I'm at 11. I need to drop it down as far as I can. Then when it went to 980, 950, I was like, oh, I got to get some more. Then when it went to 870, 890, I was like, oh, I got to get some more. So then I can get my dollar cost average down to in the 9s, which is what I've done. So that's a much better position. Not only did I get more shares, I also got my dollar cost average down overall, which is a good thing. So again, depending on your strategy when you invest, Just think about what you're doing, but don't just go, oh, the stock went down, or oh, the market went down or up. You have to be consistent over time. Now, if you have a few years, okay, great. What I mean, a few years, 15, 20 years, you'll do damage in about 7 to 10. But the thing is, if you can pick some other things like real estate investment trust, for instance, we're on the precipice right now of a situation where if they're giving you 14% right now in this market, can you imagine what's going to happen if the market changes? Can you imagine if they start reducing interest rate? That gives them less pressure for the loans they have. So now if they can survive this market, imagine they would be good to go. So your 14, 13, 16% or 20% return is locked. As long as they give out dividends in the same amount, you get your 20%, regardless of what the stock price is, regardless of what happens in the stock market. You will take that 20% annually, won't you? I will. Okay, so we haven't talked about some of those. Let's talk, go to IEP, which is not a real estate investment trust. That's an icon group. It's a conglomerate, so to speak. Car business, pharmaceutical business, all of it. He's got a lot of things that he invests in, and it's all in his little fund. IEP, it's around 20-some%. That's crazy. You start talking about ORC and ARR and things like that, it's pretty cool. You go to yieldmaxetfs.com and you got to determine if that's for you, because those rate of returns, 16, 18, 20, 25, 30, 35 is outrageous annually, right? So think about that. So let's see. All right, you were talking about March 23rd, sometime coming to Punta Cana and artists, I think. No. March 23rd is in Sacramento. That's in Sacramento at the McClellan Center. It's looks like Jay King, Sean Rayford, Joe Levy, Lucky Witherspoon, who I do not know. Joe Levy can sing. Underrated, should be big time artist. That's who I was asking about today, quite frankly. So we'll see what's going to happen about that. But in Punta Cana, yeah, March 23rd is not Punta Cana. That's in Sacramento. That's Jay was just calling me saying, hey, I don't know what he's calling me about, but he was just calling me and he dropped that. So I wanted to talk with him though, because I wanted to see if they can come over, because that would be like pretty cool, right? So we'll see what happens. All right, so let's see what else we got. Let's see. The two new YieldMax ETFs, YMAX and YMAG, opened up swinging, paying 53 cents and 48 per share. Both ETFs under 19. Now, what do we do? Thank you, Victor Marrero, for that information. So we do 12 times, let's just say that's $6. $6. Where's our calculator? So how do you figure out your yield? Is very simple. You take how much you receive, which let's say it's $6. This is a guesstimate. We don't know for sure. I'm just going by an average. But if it ends up being $6, we divide that by the price you pay for the stock, which is $19, let's say. That's 31.5%. Is that not a great return if they gave out 50 cents on average per month? That'd be $6. 30%. That is impressive. Victor Marrero, I haven't looked at these YMAX. What does YMAX do or YMAG do? Isn't that part of, I think you were saying it was all of the YieldMax stocks. Is that what it was? Because I haven't checked it out. Like I said, I've been busy on this big time trying to make a SSN Nation takeover happen, and the right way, because once I have the revenues from that, then the sky's the limit, because at that point you can't stop me, because I'm armed with, I don't even need funding from anybody. And if that happens, oh, then it's a wrap. it's a wrap. It's a stone cold wrap at that point. It's almost already a wrap. If they say yes, it's almost a wrap. But if I get to that next level where I got stuff there and I have this fruition of the 40 mil, and yeah, I'm going to share it with some people. So, okay, so we might net 15, 20 because I'm sharing. I don't really have to share, but I am because my boy is the one that hooked me up. So I said, hey, man, I'm just going to give you 50%. He's like, what? I said, yeah, man, I don't really care about money like that. I just said, but I'll take a chunk. I don't really care, but I'm giving you 50%. I said, we're talking about 40 mil. So that means you get 20, I get 20. Go buy your jet you always wanted. For me, I don't care. The kids are just trust fund kids at this point. I tried to spend it all, but I can't. All right. So we'll see what happens. Let me know about the Yield Max, Victor Morel. Is that where they were? You were saying, I think the other day, that they were investing in other Yield Max ETF funds. So let me know if that's true. But hey, Yield Max has been doing people great. Now it all depends on what's their stock price from a year ago to now, because the rate of returns they're giving out is incredible. So that 31.5%, what happens if the stock price goes down to 12, right? And you have all these shares and you're still getting the $6. Yes, your yield goes up, but your overall stock value, your overall portfolio brokerage account value is lower. So it does us no good to have these great returns if our stock price is being siphoned off and dropping. So we'll see how it all goes. Let's see here. Yield Max is a basket of all the Yield Max ETFs, and Yield Mag is a basket of the. Oh, are you serious? Oh, then I need YMAG. I need YMAG. I got to get in on this. He's talking about the Magnificent Seven. Check this out. 7. Let's go. Here we are. Apple, Amazon, Alphabet, which is Google, Meta, Microsoft, Nvidia, and Tesla. Very interesting. It's like the Dow 30 and S&P 500, the biggest companies. It's sort of like that. I like that. That means it's going to almost mirror what the S&P 500 has done. It's going to be pretty close, or the Dow Jones for that matter, because those ones are pretty much what's been moving the market. So I love it. I love it. I love it. That's great. YMAG, man. I like that. I really do. Let me go look this up. YMAG is which? Are they both 19? What are they? Are they both? Oh, I guess they are 20. It's 20. YMAG is 20. And it's hovered, almost went sideways 6 months. It looks like February 2nd this came out. January 30th. No. It's not one. Yeah, January 30th. It just came out. Or did it? I don't see anything. Yeah, it doesn't go past January 30th. It was $19.89. It's been moving sideways. So Yield Max Universe Fund of Options. Interesting. Yield Max Amazon, Yield Max Meta, Yield Max XOM. Interesting. I like the Magnificent Seven. I really, really do. Because in the long run, you're always going to get that 10 to 15%. But if they're doing their options, then that means they can get more return. That's pretty interesting. Yield Max, YMAX, basket, YMAX. Yeah, Magnificent Seven. I like that. That's great. Ladies and gentlemen, you got to learn something new. Now, you could always go with total market funds, like they're out there. The Vanguard Group has them. The Schwab's has it. SCHD, right? All these guys have them. So you can always do several options. I'm trying to think. Vanguard, VOO for Vanguard, for instance, is a type total market as well. So you can always get them. S&P 500, 24% increase last year. All-time record highs again, and Dow Jones all-time record highs. So in the last year and a half, you've been doing very well if you had the total market or those indexes. Nobody's going to sneeze at 20%, plus a little bit of dividends, right? Not going to sneeze at all. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I got to wrap this up. So again, thank you so much for being here. Hopefully I'll see you on Wednesday night. And Wednesday, maybe I have one inkling of if we're going to have the takeover effect happen earlier, sooner than later. But we'll see. On Wednesday night, remember, only members with the icon can be in the chat room. You can watch. Everybody can watch on Wednesday night. But if you want to be in the chat room, then you have to be a member of the channel. The ETFs are for income. The best strategy is to keep a balance between high yield dividend ETFs and growth ETFs like VOO, SPY, and ADQQQ. Thank you very much, Victor Marrero. There they are, ladies and gentlemen. Just what we're saying. He expanded on the SPY and the QQQ part. There's your why you need that pen, pad, and paper. You just never know when it's going to come in handy. All right. So make sure you buy assets this year, ladies and gentlemen, because you're going to need them in the long run. Don't let anybody fool you into going out here doing all this debt. All right. You need the assets. And that's the only way you're going to survive 5 years later, 6 years later, 10 years later. All right. You're not going to be able to keep up with inflation. So I got to end it. But thank you so much, everybody. I love you very much. And please like, subscribe, and click the bell below so you get the latest updates. And I know it's hard out here. And this is why we have to have these hard discussions. People don't like to hear. They don't want to hear finances. Like Charlie Brown, wah, wah, wah. But here, we got to make sure you're on point because we don't want anybody left behind. A rising tide lifts all of us up, ladies and gentlemen. And that's how it has to be. And with all that said, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. And keep your head up. Keep moving. And I'm out.